reached the headcount. We reached the count of 75 plus in 2021, and 2024 was a different milestone which we achieved. We converted this company from private to the public, and 2025 we are achieving the biggest milestone which was been planned some years back to get listed in BSE, and we became partner of Meta. So this particular slide is showing the global presence of Austere, where we had delivered. We are working right now in the different parts of India, the different parts of the globe. So we are there in Europe, in US, Brazil, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, and India. If we talk about, we are working with the state of Haryana, Punjab, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Himachal Pradesh. So these are the clients out of 80 clients which I told you, which we had already been served or in the serving stage. So we just segregated those clients in the vertical wise, like the government, the consulting. So we know that these are the big fours like EY, PwC, KPMG. So we are with them. We are the technology partner with them on their business consulting. If we talk about the banks, so Austere is a preferred vendor for the IndusInd Bank, HDFC Bank, Axis Bank, and we are also there in the manufacturing industries. We are building the customized solutions for them. So we are with Monte Carlo, we are with Aditya Birla, Ultratech. If we talk about healthcare, which is a very demanding sector, the education and the healthcare, so Austere is there in healthcare. We are working with the organizations like Merck, Cipla, and US based Indio, Core Plus. We are there in education sector, where we are delivering the ERP solutions to the different schools. If we talk about technology, we are the partner with Genpact, the UST Global, the Unican, all the big names in the IT. So we are there with them. So this is basically our board. I'm Shikhir, I told you. So I have a 20 plus year of experience as a technology, and I'm been with Austere since the day its inception. So let me ask Rahul to introduce himself.
Hi all, good evening. So myself Rahul, I'm working as a CTO for Austere Systems and I'm taking care of complete technology delivery at Austere Systems for all our enterprise project. Thank you. I'll just forward it to Piyush now.
Hi everyone. So I'm engaged with the Austria as in CFO and the director of the company and looking after the finance division of Austria. Over to you, Shikir.
So these are basically the independent directors which we had taken. So they have a pretty good year of exposure. So as Austere is there in the government space, so Mr. Adbud is was basically the director of Indian Airlines. So he's helping us for the government space. Mr. Sharad is basically the CTO in the US based company. Ms. Shreya is basically handling the manufacturing units. So these are the independent directors in Austria. So this is basically the award which Austria received in 2017 on the product in the education sector. So we are also compliant with the different technology certificates. Like we are there for the ISO, different ISOs for the quality, for the information, for the data management, and we are starting the journey to become the CMMI level 3. So we do have offices in Pune, Gurugram, and Bangalore, and we are there to support the BCP in ITs like a business continuity plan. So we have a turnaround time of 30 minutes. Like if there is a downtime due to some natural disaster at one location, so Austere is there to support from the multiple locations. So we had built that capacity also. So these are the two business models, principally the Austere work. One is a fixed cost base, like we are just building the solutions at a one particular cost with the client and agreed cost with the different milestones. And another is on time and material. It's basically where we are just putting, we are just generating the revenue basis on the time and the efforts which we are putting for the particular customers. Now, these are the core services which we are offering. So, as everyone knows, there is a buzz of artificial intelligence, AI, across the different verticals, horizontals, across the industries. So, yes, Austere is there. We started building AI solutions, and we received some couple of government work orders for AI domain. We are there on the data analytics, data science, which is the need of the hour because every decision depends on the data. So we had built the different in-house tools also on data analytics, and which are like a plug in and plug out. Like you just plug in your data, you'll get some insights. We are there in the mobile application. We are there in cyber security testing. So these are the offerings which we have, and we are there to support like the web application development, the customized solutions, the IT staff augmentation, the enterprise solutions, testing, all these things. So these are the digital capabilities which we had already delivered. Like if you talk about everybody is on social media, so people are putting certain contents on social media. But yes, Austere data science team is working on the data analytics part, and we are just creating a single dashboard for all the social media to take some decisions in terms of marketing, in terms of some strategies and all. So we developed some similar type of solutions, and we developed some AI based to reduce the human dependencies, the AI automated call centers, which is a one way or two way communications. And like we developed one solution, as I told, that we started focusing on rural sector. So we developed one ERP for the rural sector, and we called as an FDMS, which has been integrated with the multinational banks like the IndusInd Bank. We talk about the Axis Bank. So these banks have been integrated with our solutions, and the people in the rural are doing the direct payment towards their contracts. So we just created a digital world in this rural sector. We created some GIS based attendance solutions where we are just reduces the cost of the biometric machines for the different industries, and we are just using the mobile with the people have. So such type of solutions we had developed. So this is basically the e-auction quotation, the integration with the WhatsApp. So we are there to build those solutions. So these are our in-house products like the D2P2. We talk about the single window for the social media. Opinio Hub is basically where we are running some sensible surveys, and we are like for the election monitoring tool we had developed, and in the education we developed the complete ERP. So this is basically talks about the education doctor, which is the biggest offerings we have along with the rural sector. Where because see, this particular license which we sold, it's a number of students, and we do have huge number of students across pan India. So we are just working on that, and we are just bringing it down in a low cost model with a high volume. So this is a new concept, like towards the rural. We just created a Grampedia, which is alive. You can see that grampedia.co.in, which talks about the villages in India. It is because see, Wikipedia talks about the urban, but nowhere about the rural. But Austere started the rural journey with the name Grampedia. So these are the case studies which we had done. Like we are working on the AI-enabled HRMS solutions for the corporate enterprise, where we are just reducing the paperwork, like onboarding of the employees through WhatsApp. It's one of the example in that. And we are just also working on the AI-based tax solutions for the different municipal corporations, where the people can there will be a good governance system for the citizens and for the administrators. So this is basically the agriculture department is rolling out through the WhatsApp model which we had built. So now this is the revenue which we had generated. So I'll ask Piyush to take it forward about the revenue.
Yeah, hi. So this is the country-wise revenue breakup of Austria during the last 3 financial years. We are present almost everywhere in the world from different parts. Shikar, can you move to the next slide? So this is again the revenue by business model. We have the service-based and in-house products for the last 3 years. And this is again the revenue we have bifurcated for the top 10 customers and top 5 customers in last 3 financial years.
So Rahul, take it forward about the global IT industry.
Sure, Shikhar. Thank you. So, as we see, and as Shikhar has already explained in his explain in his presentation, Austere is focusing on digital transformation initiatives for our enterprise customer, wherein we focus on understanding their requirements and giving them a appropriate solution. And while giving a solution, we try to make use of artificial intelligence, wherein automation and use of AI make process quicker and easier. And along with that, cyber security is again at most demand, and Austere has their in-house team who take care of complete cybersecurity demands for our customers. Move to next slide, Piyush. Sorry, Shikhar. So in Indian IT industry, like there are different approaches wherein we focus on those. Like as Shikir mentioned, rural part is one of them. Then startup ecosystem, wherein we work with startups, help them to have their digital transformation so that we can focus on technology part and they can focus on their main business. That is where we help them. In some cases, we help for GCC expansion, global capability center. So we associate ourselves with the customers who just wanted to have their GCC set up in India, and we take care of a complete end-to-end offshore operations. Over to you, Piyush, for this.
So, Samarth, can you just take it forward for the P&L statements which we had?
Sure. Thanks, Shekhar. So, hi, good evening, everyone. So, you might see the total income. Overall revenue was 18.86 crore for the last financial year, and out of which EBITDA we converted to 6 crores, and the PAT conversion was 4 crore. It was approximately 66% of the EBITDA conversion to PAT. Shall we move to the next one? So yeah, balance sheet again is pretty strong. We are having the net worth of 16.27 crore at this point. And you can see we are a pretty cash-rich company at this point in time, but the implementations are in place, and which is where we will be looking for growth coming in the future year. These are the few metrics. As mentioned, the EBITDA margin, we are managing around more than 30% for the last couple of years. And this shows that we have obviously got the great margins we are working with, which is approximately 20%, more than 20%. And this is giving us a strength to move towards exponential growth because we have established ourselves in the areas where we have been working in. Again, looking at this, debt to equity obviously is very low because we are a debt-free company. The return of capital, obviously, the last year has been because of the bonus shares that we issued, but that's just if we readjust it, it will come to the same. So return of equity is approximately 60%, which is a great looking at this sector. And EPS which we have for last year is 5.3 rupees, which is pretty good compared to the other peers with the similar market size. Yes, next.
Yeah, so Rahul, can you take this forward?
Sure. So as we see, our core expertise constitute a rapid technology adoptions with AI capabilities, wherein we focus on like technology growth. We understand new trends in market and make it available, suitable as per our customer requirement. Our diversified global and domestic client base that make us easier in a challenging market situations wherein there is a global effect. So we try to mitigate our risk with that diversified customer base with our experienced leadership and team. Like we have people having experience of 20 plus years, which are still part of our company. Along with that, our core team members who started their career with Austere and they are still with Austere from last 8 to 10 years. And apart from that, a fresher or new talent, which actually help us to take care of technology implementation in a rapid way. With broad service and in-house product portfolio, it creates a good technology backbone for all of us to serve our multiple customers. Strong, like as Shikhar already mentioned, we have strong presence in government sector, and we are trying to focus it as urban as well as rural part to cover most of the part. Next slide. So Shikhar, you want to take this slide?
Yeah, so we do have some future expansion strategies. Basis on that, we are going for the IPO. So as we had already touched base the two states in India, and like 15% revenue we had already pulled in, so we are targeting that to touch all the states in India for the rural sector market. And we are investing in the talent development, so we started hiring the people. Those are very core in technology, so that we should have a robust technology. And we started building the relationship for the global reach to set up in the US and the Dubai market. And then we will build our own GCC center in India to support the overseas business. And we are just driving the operational efficiency by using the tailored software inside the organization to ease out the work, the basic admin work to the teams, to the software engineers. So Sagarji, over to you about the issue details.
Thank you, Shikhar ji. To invest going for of September and until 8th September. The anchor bid will be done tomorrow, that is 2nd of September, and the tentative listing date
more cash, obviously. So, so that takes a little bit of time till the project is being assigned or right. So that takes some certain amount of time, which is why our money gets blocked in it. So to address those situations, so we would require working capital. But as you would have seen in the financial statements, we have enough cash right now to apply for the future strategies that we have in place, which Shikhar just touched upon in the presentation. But we have a very healthy, I would say, working capital flow, which we are also working towards advancing, putting in few checks in place so that it has a healthy cycle, so that we can follow it for in the future years, in the coming years also.
So these are the EMDs that you're talking about that you have to deposit for the tender bidding.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And on an average, what is your project duration, and when does this, I mean, your payment invoicing that you do to the government,
Right.
how long do you get
So
the
see,
payment afterwards?
yeah, sure. So the cycle starts from 60 days onwards. So it on an average it becomes somewhere around 60 to 80 days. That's only for the government projects. But we also have the private project which balances it out somewhere wherever we are invoicing, because that happens pretty quickly.
And what is your average project duration?
Average project duration is 3 to 5 years.
Oh, so I'm assuming that you bill the government or the project owner in phased manner, and your EMD gets adjusted accordingly.
That's
Exactly.
right. Yeah.
Exactly.
Thanks.
Great. Thank you. Next up is Mr. Kaushal Sharma. Sir, please go ahead with your question.
Hello. Hi, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
Yeah. So my question on your receivable side, like if I can see that your receivable days has spiked from last year. So what was the key reason of the same?
So, hi, Kaushal, thanks for the question. So again, as we were discussing about how the billing is being done, what happened is sometimes it is a milestones that don't match with the financial year cycle, which happen to be in the next month or the next quarter, which is why somewhere the project that the billing that was being generated happened to be in the next quarter of this financial year, which is why it is showing a bit of a increase in the last year, but it has averaged out in this quarter, so it is all good for that matter. So it's when you look at the project cycle, it happens milestone basis the billing is done, which is why it has skewed a little bit for the last financial year.
And sir, we are also providing services to the government. So what is the portion of government projects in our top line?
Right now it is around 30%, which we are targeting to reduce further, obviously. But when I say reduce further, we are actually targeting to increase the base of the revenue. We are increasing the number of clients that we are getting, and mostly it is going to be from the from the corporate sector as well.
Okay. And so we are also providing some services to Amazon AWS. So what kind of services we are providing to them?
So let me take this question. So when we say we are a technology partner for Meta or we are a public sector partner for Amazon, it means whenever our customer need any kind of services at AWS or Meta, they are preferring us as a technology service provider, and we take care of their complete implementations with those platforms. So in case you're aware of, AWS is a cloud platform. So any of our customer wanted to have their application implemented and deployed on AWS cloud platform, then Austere Systems team take care of complete end-to-end deployments as well as support and maintenance of those applications.
Okay. And so now we are raising substantial amount of working capital. So can you please tell me what kind of revenue growth are we expecting on sustainable market with this fund in our business going forward?
So see, revenue growth we are expecting is double digit. Sorry, Piyush. So, Piyush, maybe you can add it later. I'll just quickly add. We are
Yeah,
looking at the
carry on.
double digit growth that we are getting because as we mentioned in the last year, it was more about the consolidation and focusing on the strengths that we have developed over the years, which is what we are going to be carrying forward for the next year onwards.
And
Piyush, if you
sustainable
want to.
margins or EBITDA margins are you expecting?
Yeah, so again, as you might have seen in the last 2 years, we have maintained a good EBITDA margin as well as the PAT conversion, that which is what we are targeting for the next future years as well.
Okay, so the double-digit target, is it for next year or 2 to 3 years?
So see, again, the target is for the next couple of years, I would say, at this point in time.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for answering questions.
Thank you. Next up is Mr. Deepak Poddar. Sir, please go ahead.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir, for this opportunity. So just first of wanted to understand why there was no growth in FY25. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Piyush ji, you can take this question.
Yeah. Hi, Deepak. So basically, in the last financial year, there was the growth was basically due to few factors. The elections, we are working a lot of we have a reasonable working in government sector. So last financial, there were 2 elections held in the country because we are mostly present in Haryana state. So when the elections held prior to that and post that, the lot of period has gone by. So, but still, as a company, we are able to maintain the same project, same turnovers with same margins, and we are targeting a good revenue growth this financial year in the coming years.
Okay. So when you say double-digit growth, what we are talking about 20-30% or 15-20%?
So we are trying to maintain. We're trying to maintain the same growth in which we're having in the coming years.
Yeah. So that's why I mean last year there was no growth. So some kind of range would be helpful. I mean 15-20% or 20-25%.
The range would
Shiki,
be
can you
20
take
to
up this question?
35%.
20-35%. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Great, that end. And what sort of revenue mix we have currently from rural area?
Can you repeat your question?
That's the revenue mix from rural.
So So we don't have a see. We are working in the government sector. We are giving the services to the government. So it's not that key. We are having a specific revenue from the rural sector. We are developing solutions for government for rural sectors. So we are having around 30 to 40% of our chunk of business from the government sector.
So 30 to 40% government revenue mix is what.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I can see, I think the service versus the in-house product bifurcation. I think 80% revenue is largely 85% would be your service, and product would be about 15%, right? So how should one look at this mix going forward?
So Rahul, can you take up this question?
Sorry, can you just repeat the question? I just missed it.
So the revenue mix between services and product. I think last year FY25 it was in the range of services 80-85%, with remaining in the product. So how should one look at this mix going forward?
So normally, what we do is we actually understand the customer requirements, convert it to a product, and then that same product is actually replicated to a similar customers. Like when we talk about government, say we work for a particular problem statement for one particular state. That problem statement is also available in other states. So that is where we replicate it. So for particular state, it could be a service-based project. But when we go to other state, it could be actually a product of ours. That is how we actually consider that.
Okay, I got it. So this mix will largely remain same. I mean, 80-20% kind of a mix you may look to continue.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I can add maybe Deepak, so when we look at the revenue side, right? So the mix can differ a bit, but our focus from the investment point of view would remain the same. Because the R&D as well as the development of new product remains mostly the 20% of our focus is on developing in-house projects. But obviously, if the implementation increases over the years and the demand increases over the years in the coming years, so the split of revenue might differ a bit.
Okay. I got it. And do we have any kind of amount that we have capitalized in our balance sheet, or everything, or if the expenses are being totally expensed in PN?
No, everything has been explained.
Expense. So there's no capitalization amount in balance sheet.
No.
Okay. And just one last thing from my side in terms of margins. I mean, we have got very healthy margins in the range of 30-31%. So if you have to look at next 2-3 years, what sort of margin aspiration we would have? I mean, are we looking to maintain this, or there can be some improvement triggers also for the EBITDA margin?
No, see, if you look at the margins across in the services, this is a great, like I would say this is over the benchmark of the IT industry in the services. So our target is to maintain this because what we did in the last year was building our strengths and capabilities to manage the business that we are getting and obviously delivering them with good quality, addressing whatever the EBITDA margin we were trying to get in the previous year. We maintained that in the last year, and we are hoping to maintain that in the future year. Improvement, our target would be this, but obviously there will be also focus on improving this further wherever the scope is.
Okay. I got it. That's very clear. And that would be it from my side. All the way best. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Next, we have a question from Mr. Nalin Bambani. So please go ahead. Till that time, let's take another question from Mr. Rising Writer. Sir, please introduce yourself before asking your question.
Hi, can you hear me? Hello.
Yes. Yeah. Hi. You're audible.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Good afternoon. We are from Abundantia Capital. First of all, congratulations for your upcoming IPO. I just want, can you throw some more lights on contingent liability? Do we have any provisions in the book already?
Sagarji, can you take up this question?
Yes, sir. The contingent liabilities which are shown in the red herring prospectus are relating to some litigations which currently are going on, but amounts of that litigation are not that material, and the requisite provisions are made in the balance sheet. Hello?
Yeah, yes, you're audible.
Yeah. So I guess that answers your question, sir.
Yes, it's fine.
Yeah. So anything else, sir?
Participants are requested to use the raise hand feature to ask questions. Next up, we have Ms. Tanisha Sumani. So, ma'am, please go ahead.
Hello, sir. Am I audible to you?
You're
Yeah.
audible.
I wanted to know about your order book currently and the execution timeline and the order book in pipeline.
So currently the order book we have 15 CR and the pipeline is close to 22 CR we have, and the average timeline to deliver the project, because see, we are more into the SaaS, software as a solution, so we have a recurring revenue. So we generally have the delivery started once we start the project in a couple of months, because we work on the agile methodology, not on the legacy SDLC project. So we can say that the delivery phase started for post 2 months, and that it will go till end of the contract.
Okay, sir. Sir, also I wanted to know, do you have any patent as of now?
So the rural program which we are talking about, it is under the patent. We had already qualified for the 3 rounds, and it is going for the international level, and hopefully we will get the patent soon for that, the rural ecosphere which we had developed as a ERP solution for the Gram Panchayats in India.
All right. And another question pertaining to the order book. How much order book can be effortlessly realized by this year? What are the numbers we can expect?
Sagarji, can you take up this?
Yes, Tanisha, actually, the management would refrain from commenting on that. It will qualify as a forward-looking statement. But as Shikharji mentioned that they have 15 crores of order book right now. So they will try and execute it the most in this year.
Okay, okay. Also, sir, I wanted to know what are your major industry specific risks?
Rahulji, please throw some light on this.
So, like as we are a service-based company and we are working in IT domain, there are predominantly a risk of talent pool, as we all aware of. Like in a growing market, there are many IT companies or competitors of our, and retaining a talent pool is one risk for our industry. The other risk is evolving technology stack, so that we have to cope up with the evolving technologies and keep ourselves up to date, so that whatever solutions we are actually providing are up to the mark. And these are basically a risk of typical IT industry, which also applies to us.
Okay, sir. Also, I wanted to know how do you acquire new clients? What is your client acquisition procedure?
So there are few ways. Normally, we have a relationship model wherein we have our old customers referring to a new customer of ours because of a service we offer to them, a best services we have offered to them. In other scenarios, we have our own sales team or BDM team, business development team, who constantly in touch of new customers who had similar kind of requirements. We take care of identifying their requirements, explaining them a solution, and based on that, we provide our services to them. And then a third team is taking care or monitoring all the portals wherein government tenders are displayed or published, and we identify where we are eligible, and then we go ahead with that.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Sir, very last question. For the services that you provide, do you also outsource employee? Is there any contract basis with other employee outside your company?
So, to answer this question specifically, it won't be outsourcing a services, but sometime we have to take a consultant's help. As I mentioned, like talent retention of talent pool is always a challenging. So that's for some time based on project budget, project conditions, like the project could not be for longer duration. At that time, we might have to take help of consultants rather than investing on a resource, because then after completion of project we might have to retain that resource and we might have to bear that cost. So from that aspect, rather than hiring a resource, we might take help of consultants sometime.
Okay. And sir, also I wanted to know about your receivables. So it is very high, and going forward on your DRHP, the projections given for the receivables are even higher. So how do you plan on reducing it?
So this is question for Samarth or Piyush.
Yeah. So Tanisha, hi. So as answered before, so receivable, again, it is due to the timing. And in the future, what we are looking at receivable, we are obviously putting in place a faster collection mechanism with the vendors. We are discussing with them, we are negotiating with them. We are offering discounts for early payments. So these are the few things that we are implementing going forward, so that the billings, the receivable gets lower and the cycle is pretty smooth. But right now also it is more to do with the milestones that we are trying to achieve and the delay in because of the decision cycles. There are some back-to-back payments that happen, which delays them further. Uh, but overall, if you look at over the year, it is reducing from the last year, if you would notice. So that is how we are trying to reduce. It still seems to be a bigger number, but it's still reducing over year over year.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sir, we have a few questions in the chat box. Would you like to answer those? Shall I read them for you?
Yes,
Question is
Ruchika,
from
go
Mr.
ahead.
Most of the
Yes,
questions
thank
I
you.
have answered, but please read in case anything is unanswered.
Okay, sir. Question is from Mr. Kaushal Sharma. Please explain in detail but what kind of IT solutions are provided by the company.
So as we already answered this question, so normally we are a service-based organization. So based on our customer requirements, we actually implement a solution. So solution can be categorized for ERP, enterprise resource planning application, or it could be a data analytics application which mostly focus on data, or it could be anything similar to that for digital transformation to have easier workflows within their organization. And then we have in-house products which actually can be used by our customers on plug and play basis.
Thank you, sir. Participants, before we wrap up the meeting, are there any more questions or last thoughts you would like to share? Please use the raise hand feature. Thank you. Sorry, sir, was I interrupting?
To hear you. Is it for all or is it only for me?
No, we can hear you. So Ruchika,
Yeah,
is there any
Ruchika,
more
we can hear
questions
you.
left?
No, sir, there are no more questions. Thank you.
Fine.
Thank you. With this, we will wrap up the meeting. Thanks to the management
I
for
think,
giving insights about the
Ruchika,
company.
there is one more question. I think Tanisha Somani raised her hand. So let's take that.
Yeah. Yes, Tanisha ji, please go ahead.
Am I audible?
Yeah.
So, very last question. I just wanted to ask you that why was the diversion of the object of the issue? So, primarily 2 crore was allotted for hardware, but then all the amount shifted to working capital. So, is there any strain?
No, Tanisha, there is no such thing. But the exchanges thought that allocating amount towards capex won't be justified for them. So that's why they have just told us to keep the working capital only, and we have not increased the working capital amount as such. It has just increased by 10% only, as guided by the stock exchange. So no such thing, but this is a regulatory compliance which was suggested by the exchange, and we have complied with it.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And thanks to the management for giving insights about the company and the IPO about the IPO to the investor community. Thank you everyone once again for joining us today. We value your time and continued trust in Austere Systems. Until we meet again, wishing you all the very best.
Thank
I'll
you.
now pass it over to the management for final remarks.
So thanks all who had joined us, and hopefully we had tried to answer with the best capacity we have. And by your wishes, definitely the Austere will grow further. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you everyone.
Thank you.